Hello and welcome to Sonic Lab. We're looking, it's a sort of PatchFLIP exploration of the new GeForce base station, which is an emulation of the original classic hardware from 1993. The original keyboard was. I'm just popping this in between kind of NAM and things arriving from NAM. So I thought I'd have a look at this because I always like what GeForce do. Base Station is, well, it's a classic. It was originally released in 1993 by Novation, who were at the time a kind of new British company. And it came out of a desire there. We were just starting to see sort of analog resurgence in terms of sounds that people were hearing. So 303 being an absolute classic. So, you know, everybody at the time was trying to get a 303 sound, but 303s were extremely rare. There were only 10,000 of those ever made, and they were incredibly expensive. So Novation saw a gap in the market, made this thing. Everybody went crazy for it. A year later, they came out with the Rack, which had also MIDI to CV interface, which again was sort of really groundbreaking at the time. So it's a fond synthesizer in kind of many producers and bedroom producers' psyches, because for many people it was the start of them being able to make the kind of sounds they wanted to make at home in their home studio, because these were starting to really kind of come to fruition. So this is it. As ever, GeForce have done a great job in emulating. I mean, that's what they do, and they do well, and they've also added a whole load of other stuff. But just to remind you, so here's I'll just put an arpeggiator in and we'll take a listen to a sort of classic acid patch, just to remind you what that sounds like. And a bit of distortion for that real. And it's a real sort of classic, isn't it? It really, you know, it's a timeless sound, and the base station is capable of that. Quite hard not to do filter mouth with this, but this was the sound that everybody was hankering on, believe it or not, and it's still a classic today. But what GeForce have done is they've kind of expanded this. Obviously, we've got polyphony, so if I go to, let's see, I've got up to 16 voice now. We've added a whole bunch of effects, or they've added a whole bunch of effects too. Essentially, we've got a 2 oscillator subtractive monosynth, which can be obviously run as poly as well, with 2 envelopes. Filter is the 12 dB and a 24 dB. There's a high pass filter, distortion, and delay effects and addition. So they've done their usual thing and added the XLFO and XADSR. We'll get onto that a little bit later. Let's just flip a few more patches. Again, these are some more poly ones. Try some more. Real kind of classic, almost kind of virus-like sound, that, isn't it? You can see that I've got these mapped to the macros. The macros are really handy, very easy. So if I just bring this down, if we go to library, we can see we get labels on the macros, height, shaft, space, and drives. So that's adding more effects. Really nice to see some kind of a abbreviation of that here, but we can't. Very easy to add more stuff. So let's say we just wanted to, let's add this to the semitone of the oscillator, and then right click gives us the amount. Really, really easy to add macros. I mean, all this sort of modern stuff we would expect from a modern soft synth. Let's try some more patches. Same author, not sure who that is. So we've got Rise and Set. Some nice sounds in there. I think the one thing that I really like, let me just close this up, is the this high pass filter. Let me just throw a couple more. Some sort of real classic driven basses. Got a lot of distortion running on that one. Just take that out. Because there wasn't any drive in the original circuitry, but adding this gives us some really nice flavors as well. Let's see what that's got some real thunder. See what that's actually doing. Let's have a look. Yeah, interesting. Let's flip to another couple of patches. The effects are really nice. I mean, I think that's the sort of standard fare of GForce. I should point out, actually, that while I'm reviewing this is a free update. So if you already own, I've got the Launch Key Mark IV, you've got the FL Key or SL Mark III, you get this for free. It's basically gratis. So if you already own one of those Novation products, then fill your boots, stuff. But it's a free plugin, essentially, if you own those Novation products. At the moment, I think it's on offer for 49 quid. So if you need a bit of that classic bass station in your life, but with that additional poly, then it's a bit of a no-brainer. Yeah, there's a sequencer in here as well. And arpeggiator. See who programmed this one. Dave Spears. Good old Dave. Let's just switch that. This fully resizable UI. I won't move it because it'll mess up all my screens. You can do CC assigned for all of these. Let's just go back to here. All of these controls. Sadly, not increment and decrement. There's no key commands for PatchFLIP, which is, when you're doing PatchFLIP videos, that's a real crucial. I hope they add that soon because that's a great one. So we'll just come out of CC mode. It's kind of, there are some basic sounds in here which are just, have got a really nice flavour to them. Sardonic's been on the case. Yeah, he's flying the flag. Let's see, he's got some great comments in this. Make jungle massive again, says Sardonic. Yes, there we go. I mean, that's as only he knows. Some of these effects are actually really pleasing. Let's just go to an init patch just for the time being, because then I can show you some. One thing I really like, as well as obviously the XLFO and XADSR, if you haven't seen these, these are brilliant, because essentially we've got, you click on a parameter, you can assign an LFO with multiple shapes and waves, and that's per patch. So if I wanted to take that one and I wanted a different one, say let's have some res. Add some reverb. Let's actually add one to that as well. Maybe, can we do it to the size? Don't think we can. We can do it to the level though. Let's try. Take that out of sync. So I've now assigned that XLFO to the reverb. level, which is kind of cool. Let's just get rid of that for the time being. I think I would just take the amount down. What I really like is this high-pass filter. It's got a really... Let's just take the res mod down and the filter mod down, just because I can... It's a really nice addition, and it's got a lovely resonance to it. Let's just add a bit of LFO to that. Put a bit of delay on that. Slow it down a bit. Maybe add a bit of distortion as well. Bring out those harmonic. Almost sounds like synth, doesn't it? Nice. Bring a bit of that sub-oscillator. Yeah, I like these additions. They've done some really good, a really good job on those. So let's flip a few more presets. Another pad. Got another couple. That's interesting. I'm going to add an LFO to that. There's a really nice preset in here. Let's just... We've got mod depth for some really nice sort of shimmery type reverb. Let's get a bit of it. That's quite nice. What's the macros do? Save that one just because I can. Oh, I don't know, what should I call it? Oh, maybe I won't save it. Never mind. Let's try another couple of patches. I think this is using the sequencer. I suspect this is somebody called... Oh, this is Dave Spears again. Some great patches in here by a lot of people. Some people I don't recognise at all. Like that one. Let's just go here. That's true. I think this is the person I was thinking it might be. Majima, who's... I really like their patches. They're quite... sort of... remind me of late 70s, early 80s ARPs. Some sort of random sequencer. Let's try another. I think this might be them again. No, reverb machine. Whoops, close. That's quite nice. What is that? No, I'm pressing the wrong button here. That's what I'm trying to do. it's not the maddest synthesizer. It's got quite a lot of flexibility, but I mean, bearing in mind that this is free, if you already own some of those Novation products, it's pretty hard to argue against, isn't it? I mean, GForce have made some really great synths in recent years and made them a lot more affordable. Yeah, nice. Let's take that one. Like that. Who's that? Graham Rawson. Let's get a bit of distortion. That high pass filter, I love that high pass. Really over resonant. It's ridiculously resonant. Very transformational, like that. Try a couple more patches. Perhaps that's a bit weird. Some nice sequencer action again. I guess that this. I'm guessing this is a Dave Spears. Nope. Reverb machine. Thunderous, isn't it? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed that PatchFLIP. This was a very sort of aerial view of this. Nice little synth, free if you've got any of those Novation keyboards, and on offer for $49 from GForce. As ever, the stuff they make has just got a real quality to it. So thanks very much for watching. See you next time.